Good morning, everyone. This is your DJ Brian Jew, and you're listening to The Driving on TBS efm. It is Tuesday morning, and that means we only have 2 more days left until White Day is here. And that's the day where all you dudes out there need to remember to go out and get something special for all your special lady friends in your life. Come on, dudes. You know she got you some chocolate on Valentine's Day, especially in Korea, because a lot of you listeners overseas probably don't know what White Day is about. But White Day is when a dude gets his girlfriend a nice little gift. It could be a gift. It could be chocolate, sweets, candies, flowers, whatever is on your mind. Because on Valentine's Day, it's a day where girls get guys chocolates. So in Korea, it's the other way around for White Day, and that's going to be in 2 days. And I'm pretty sure if guys don't get their girlfriends something on White Day, probably not going to see your girlfriend for a week. So remember that. Hint, hint, Eugene. You need to get your wife some chocolates. Anyways, the first song of the day is by some guys who really know how to treat their women. Yes, and in fact, in this song, they're talking about all the wonderful places that they want to take their girlfriends and wives. Now, the song comes in the 1988 film Cocktail, and we'll be right back after the song. Once again, that was from the 1988 film Cocktail, and that was the Beach Boys with Coco Mo. And welcome back to The Drive-In with your host, Brian Jew, in the studio right now. And I want to let you guys right now, all the listeners, get the information on how to get in contact with us. It's pretty simple. You can call the studio at 02-778-1013 or send us a text at pound 1013 for a charge of $51 to your smartphones. And also, you can email us at efmdrivein@gmail.com, or just get on Twitter at efmdrivein. That's all you got to do. And make sure all the songs and requests are from a movie or a TV show. That's only this week, because right now I have a special announcement about that, because next season, which starts next week, this program is going to be changed from The Drive-In to What's Poppin', hosted by Brian Jew. It will be live on Mondays and Wednesdays. Make sure you guys know that. Live on Mondays and Wednesdays. And all the other days will be pre-recorded. And we'll have an open host studio, or a host. I'll be hosting an open studio every Wednesdays, which will be aired on Friday. And that's every week of next season. So make sure you guys get all the information you need. And if you're curious about it, just email us at efmpoppin@gmail.com. That's efmpoppin@gmail.com. Make sure you give us your name, number, all the information we need. And also, if you have any questions at all, make sure you ask all the questions you need to get the proper information. Now, with that said, now it's time for the scene of the day. Now, today's scene comes from a very, very, I want to say, peculiar love story film, which I saw about, a week or 2 weeks ago, and it was released here in Korea about 6 months ago, and it's called Silver Linings Playbook. And in this film, Bradley Cooper plays Pat, a guy with some mental issues who's trying to get his life back together, you know? And he moves back with his parents after getting released from the mental hospital. And it seems like he's not really been cured, but then he meets a woman named Tiffany, played by the wonderful Jennifer Lawrence, great actress, who shows him some compassion. They also bond through dance as well, and she wants him to enter a dance competition and asks him to join with her. And this eventually helps him to get over his insecurities and lead a normal life. And then in this scene that we have set up for you guys right now, requested by Sherilyn, or Sherilyn, I was confused about your name. Is it Sherilyn or Sherilyn? Charlene? You have to be more specific, because it's written and I read it the way it's written. Anyways, she wrote, "Hey B, I recently caught Silver Linings Playbook and I thought it's a great film. My favorite part of the movie was when Pat chases after Tiffany to pass her a letter, thinking that Pat was going to make use of her to pass another letter to his estranged ex-wife. Tiffany got upset because she developed feelings for him. Instead, Pat asked her to read the letter." Yes, now let's just check out that scene right now.
Just leave me alone.
Wait a second. I have one more letter for you to read, okay?
What is the matter with you? Give it to her yourself.
Let me say something. You don't ever have to see me again if you just read it, all right?
This is so fucked up.
Yeah, just read it.
Dear Tiffany, I know you wrote the letter. The only way you can meet my
Crazy was by doing something crazy yourself. Thank you. I love you. I knew it the minute I met you. I'm sorry it took so long for me to catch up. I just got stuck. Pat. I wrote that a week ago.
You wrote that a week ago?
Yes, I did.
You let me lie to you for a week?
I was trying to be romantic.
You love me?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's so romantic. Yes, I saw this movie, and I remember that scene. Charlene, thank you for requesting this scene. It's a great movie. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I urge you, on White Day, not today, but dude, set it up at the house. It should be on DVD. I know it's on iTunes. Get a bowl of popcorn, put a little ring inside the popcorn bowl, and watch this movie with your girlfriend, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna fall in love with you. This is a great movie. And it even stars Robert De Niro, which is great because Robert De Niro and Bradley Cooper worked together before in Limitless, and then they're back together in this movie. But in Limitless, they weren't, really that close. I guess Robert De Niro was more his boss, but in this movie, Robert De Niro plays his father, Bradley Cooper's father, Pat's father, of course. The character's name is Pat. Was a rabid football fan, and he's such a believable character. Robert De Niro, every character you play is amazingly perfect. You are such a great actor, and one day I hope we get to work together. Anyway, Charlene also requested a song from this film, so here is Jessie J singing Silver Linings. Once again, that was from the Silver Linings Playbook soundtrack, and that was Jessie J singing Silver Linings. Now, coming up on today's show, it's Tuesday, so that means Jason B will be joining me in the studio to talk about Korean films today after intermission. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be exciting as always. So stick around, because that's going to be after intermission very shortly. Do not change that dial. But before we do that, we got another song for y'all, and the request is from IHun from the 1989 Disney animated film The Little Mermaid. And this is the last old school animated film made by Disney. I said Disney. Disney. And it's the last time that the computers were used for any drawing or animation. That said, which makes it a masterpiece in my opinion. And animation is so great. The characters are so great. The stories are great. The songs are great. Everything is so great about this. So here's the song, Part of Your World, from the Little Mermaid soundtrack. That was from the Little Mermaid soundtrack, and the song was called Part of Your World. And right now we have another song request, but before we get into the song request, I just want to remind all the listeners in Japan, yesterday we saw a tweet, and they think that I'm actually going to stop DJing this program. But no, I will be still here. It's changing to What's Poppin' and not the Drive-In, but Brian Ju will still be the host. So all you listeners in Japan, don't worry. I'm still here. Just wanted to let you know. All right, next song request is requested by June. And I feel like we have a recurring theme here because in the first part of our show, the first song we played for you guys, it was a love story about people in the sea. It had to do with the sea. And this song is actually somewhat similar, but one dies in this film, has the sea involved. They're not mermaids, but I'm talking about the 1997 film, Titanic. And also, you guys know who's in this movie, Leonardo DiCaprio, who's in Korea right now promoting Django Unchained. Unchained. Django Unchained. And actually, I'm gonna try to see if I can get in contact with my boy Leo, because I haven't seen him in such a long time. And I'm talking about long time as in since birth. Anyways, this is for Leonardo DiCaprio and, of course, June, who requested this song. This is Celine Dion singing My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic soundtrack. Welcome back to The Drive-In. Right now, it's time for K-Film Tuesday. What's your go-to guy for the hour? Jason Besheveves. What's up, Jason?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing not too bad. Saturday was a fun event. Work is great. Weather's great. I love the weather these days.
Yeah, the weather's really
It's
cool, right? It doesn't feel so cold. It's nice and, well, actually nice and warm, you know. So.
Nice and warm, and it's sunny out. That's what I like about the weather these days.
Yeah, it's nice and sunny. It's not cold. And, yeah, it's the beginning. I'm at university. Well, I'm studying a PhD, so I'm back at school now. And
so you're physically at a school or doing like online studies?
I'm physically at school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How's that for you? How's that going?
It's tough. I have to do my classes in Korean, so it's pretty tough. But it's
your Korean's pretty good.
But well, yeah. But when academic Korean is pretty tough. You know.
Do you speak Korean with a British accent?
I don't know.
안녕하세요. 오늘 반갑습니다.
Incidentally, I heard your was it your Scottish stroke Irish accent on the radio?
Oh, you heard that
into the
last
studio,
week.
and my goodness.
Yes, you stopped by the studio real quick to say hi to us. Did you not like the Irish accent? Or would you say it's more Irish or Scottish?
Well, that's the thing. You were saying it was an Irish accent, but it actually sounded more like a Scottish accent.
to be honest.
You don't know the difference, right?
I mean, I can tell the difference if I met a person from Scotland or Ireland, but it's similar. Yes, it is very similar.
It's very similar, but you're kind of like, it's kind of like a mix between the two, really. You're saying it's an Irish accent, but in fact it was more like a Scottish accent, but then when you do a Scottish accent, it's more like an Irish accent. Like,
All right, well, I'm going to psychologically fix that in my own mind so I can sound like the right country. But right now, that's not what we're here about. We're here for Korean films. And today you brought a Korean film with you.
yes, I brought in the President's Last Bang, or 그대 그 사람들, made in 2004. So it's a bit of an old movie now. It's directed by Im Sang-soo. We spoke about him last week with A Taste of Money, or Donema. And he's also made a number of other very interesting movies. The Housemaid, the remake of The Housemaid, and A Good Lawyer's Wife. This movie stars Han Suk-gyu. One of the reasons I chose this film this week is because he's in a new movie called Paparotti, which is a movie that's coming out this week, which I'll talk a little bit about a little bit later. So I thought I'll pick a movie that I haven't talked about before.
Isn't that a bread company from Singapore? Paparotti?
I think it's the name of the famous opera singer, Pavarotti.
Oh, I was like, so they made a movie about this bread, this dessert that people were eating?
No. It's more like it follows this singer, but we'll talk about a bit later. And he sings that. I think I haven't seen the movie, but I think from what I gather from the trailer, he sings a few songs. Not Han Suk-gyu.
Another actor.
Okay. He sings a song from one of Pavarotti's famous kind of opera songs, or operas. Anyway, this movie that we're talking about, The President's Last Bang, also stars Baekhyun-sik and Song Jae-jo. Baekhyun-sik is a famous actor here in Korea. He's been in a number of movies, including Taste of Money, Tatsa, Bravo My Life, and Song Jae-ho was in Memories of Murder. And this movie looks at the life of President Park Chung-hee and the events leading up to his assassination that took place on October the 26th, 1979. So it looks at the president, one of Korea's one of the most controversial figures, or presidents, should I say, because his rule was there was a lot of political dictatorship associated with his rule, and so his rule was his presidency was rather controversial. Anyway, this movie was actually screened in the Cannes Film Festival in the Directors' Fortnight, which is not the main competition, but it gives filmmakers a big opportunity to show their work to journalists from all over the world, from some of the world's most famous trade magazines, newspapers, and broadcasters, and so on and so forth. So the film got a bit of international exposure, and Cannes Film Festival is a great place to kind of premiere movies, particularly movies that are not from Hollywood, outside movies. So like Korea, recently Korean films have kind of premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. Actually, Im Sang-soo's last film, The Taste of Money, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. And directors like Bong Joon-ho and Park Chan-wook, they've all had films shown there, like Old Boy, of course, 2003, which won the Grand Prix, and then Bong Joon-ho's The Host was screened in the same program a year later, and gathered quite a lot of strong reviews. And Im Sang-soo's films often raise eyebrows due to the way he conveys themes such as political themes, particularly in this movie, and especially in the way it portrays the president. It looks at the assassination, so it was quite controversial, and the film was even censored. So, did you know that this film was censored?
I didn't know Korean films actually get censored.
They don't normally, but this film was censored. There was some documentary footage of the actual funeral of Park Chung-hee that is shown in the beginning and the end of the film, but was taken out after the son of Park Chung-hee, Park Ji-man, filed a lawsuit. I think on the grounds that it infringed on the family's privacy and tarnished the reputation of Park Chung-hee.
Oh, so they actually used that footage without permission then?
Well, yeah, but in October 2006, the decision was overturned, and the film can now be seen in its entirety. I think in a statement, the court said we must broadly confirm the rights of free expression concerning the depiction of public historical figures. Although the distributor who financed the film had to pay the family around $105,000. So it was initially edited, and then it was then the film was allowed to be shown in its entirety. So a bit of controversy. It does. I think the issue was not so much on how Park Chung-hee was conveyed; it was more that it infringed on the family's privacy. So you can understand why it was censored, but at the same time, films have the right for freedom of expression. So
that is true. That is true. I mean, comedians do it all the time. They make fun of presidents in the States, presidents here. Freedom of speech, freedom of, what do you call it? I guess video for the video world, movie world. But with that said, we're going to play a song for everybody right now. And then right after the song, you're going to go over some new Korean films that are out. This is actually from the 8월의 Christmas original soundtrack. And Han Seok-kyu sings it right now. This is 8월의 Christmas. Check it out, y'all. Once again, that was Han Seok-kyu singing 8월의 Christmas. Which, how would you translate that in English? Christmas in August?
Christmas in August, yeah.
Okay. Christmas in August.
It's a very good film.
Yes. Could you imagine if we had Christmas in August here? It'd be too hot for Christmas. Christmas has to be white. I want to see snow. I want to be cold. I want to, bundle up in some warm goose down feather jackets and stuff. So, 8월의 Christmas. Hopefully it'll be good. But right now, Jason is going to recommend or let us know about the top 5 new Korean movies that are out.
Yeah.
Or top 5, or how many movies you want to talk about?
Well, the first movie I'm going to talk about is Paparotti, which stars Han Seok-kyu and Lee Ji-hoon. Lee Ji-hoon was in Architecture 101, also starring Oh Da-soo, who's in the current mega hit Miracle in Cell number 7, or 7번 방 선물. Also stars Kang So-ra, who is famous from the movie Sunny. And this movie is directed by Yoon Jong-chan, who made films I Am Happy and Blue Swallow. Blue Swallow was made back in 2005. This movie talks about the genius high school student, Jang Ho, who dreams of becoming the next Pavarotti, although he's part of a gang, and Sang Jin, currently a countryside art school music teacher, but once a highlighted vocal singer.
Okay.
So it's an interesting movie, from what I gather. I haven't seen it, so I'm not entirely sure if it's a good film or not. But it stars Han Seok-kyu, and Han Seok-kyu is one of Korea's big stars, I guess. He's been in
great
films,
actor.
Yeah, he's been in films like Shiri, and he was in The Berlin Farm more recently, and now he's in this movie, which I think is a bit of an odd choice for him. He is a very well-established actor, and I think he has the right to be quite picky about the films that he chooses. And so this film seems a bit odd to me for him to be in. But
maybe he's trying to do like a diverse change, where he's trying to make his fans, his followers, notice that he's not just a serious actor all the time. He can do this role and that role. And I feel like that's very important in the acting field, to show diversity.
True, absolutely true. We'll have to wait and see how well the movie does. He has been doing a lot of promotion work, from what I gather, on the TV shows here for the film. And I guess this film needs someone like Han Seok-kyu, a big actor, to kind of help promote the film. I'm not sure about Lee Ji-hoon's voice though, so we'll have to. It's sounding like Pavarotti. Although, to be fair, like in the trailer that I saw, his voice did sound really good. So I don't know if
I haven't saw the trailer, so I got to check that out.
But I'll have to wait and see if it's any good. Also out this week, more kind of independent movies. First up, When Winter Screams, or Sorin, directed by Lee Samuel, which is his feature debut, and starring Kim Dae-eun from Southbound and Detective K, and Ji-woo and Lee Young-ju. And this film follows Yeon-soo, who finds out his long-awaited baby has fatal deformities, and he asks his wife to get an abortion.
Ooh.
So it's it sounds like a heavy movie. So
that's just wrong, that scene right there. If you think about it, just because you know your baby's gonna have something wrong with it, you don't want to have an abortion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it sounds like a serious film. I could go into the plot. Sounds a little bit more complex than that, but there's no time to go into it. But there's also out is Your Time Is Up, 누구나 제 명예 주고 싶다, directed by Kim Seung-young and starring Chae Won-young from Confessions of Murder, Shin Yeon-tak, and Kim E-jung. And this follows conflict which arises between two brothers with unexpected consequences.
Ooh.
The younger brother borrows money from the older brother, but the younger brother squanders the money in different places. And inevitably, the older brother isn't happy. So that's the kind of the plot with that movie. So there's a couple of independent movies, one quite heavy film. But Korean films do heavy films very well. And so I think looking at serious issues, tackling serious issues like abortion, would be quite interesting, especially given that Korean cinema has great reputation for tackling serious issues. Also, of course, is Miracle in Cell Number 7, which is, dominating the box office.
Been in there for a while.
Yeah, it has the potential, actually, I would say, to become the most successful Korean film of all time.
Of all time?
Yeah, possibly. It's still early days, but...
That's not true. That's not true, because I haven't been in a movie yet, so once Brian Ju's in a movie, that'll be the most successful film of all time.
Well, currently the most successful Korean film of all time is Avatar, with about 13.3 million emissions, and so if Miracle in Cell Number 7 can...
But Avatar's not a Korean film.
No, but it's the most successful film.
Of all
most
time.
Successful Korean film was The Host, which... there's some debate. It's either The Host... there's The Host, and there's also The Thieves, Dodukdil. Some say that Dodukdil took over 13 million emissions, but if you look at the official figures that I saw, it's like 12.9, so...
Okay. And numbers you can never trust, because people alter it all the time.
But it's very, very close between The Host and The Thieves. And then you've got Miracle in Cell Number 7, which has the potential to overtake all these movies.
I'm pretty sure the guy who directed Miracle in Cell Number 7 didn't expect this kind of turnout.
No one expected it. I saw this movie several weeks ago.
Did you cry?
No, I did not cry. I didn't like it. I found it very manipulative. Oh, dear.
Jason didn't like 7번 방의 선물.
I
Jason
know.
didn't like the movie. Wow, our PD liked it. She thought it was so sad. Jason didn't like it. 재미없었대요. Yeah.
But that's not to say it's not good. It's just that I didn't
your
like
taste.
it. It is very kind of sentimental.
Okay.
And so if you like that kind of thing, then go and watch it. And clearly a lot of audiences here have liked this movie.
I'm going to watch it too,
So
because now I have mixed
maybe my
reviews.
opinion is
Your
largely
opinion?
irrelevant, to be
Actually,
honest.
your opinion actually helped me out a lot, because I kind of expected too much out of this film. So now that I know somebody that I know is going to be like, this movie wasn't the greatest, now I can go there with low expectations and still enjoy the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I am going to go and see it again. I'm going to go and see it with my wife, and then
Okay.
maybe my opinion will change. Because when I watched it in its opening weekend. Actually, I watched it on its first day of release. This is before it, became massively popular. So maybe if I go in with a different mindset and think, well, this film is popular, why is it popular? Then maybe I'll see it differently.
Okay. Is that all the Korean movie news for today?
It is indeed. So check
Alright.
out. Korean films are doing very, very well.
Yes.
There's many films
All
out
over the
there.
world.
Berlin Fire recently made over 7 million emissions as well.
Holy moly.
And New World, Shinsegae is also out, which I loved, and you should check that out. So that's a Korean gangster movie starring Lee
Korean
Jong-jae,
gangsters.
Tae Min-sik, and Hwan Jung-min. And Hwan Jung-min and Lee Jong-jae, they're absolutely fantastic in this movie.
Well, Lee Jung-jae is a fantastic person in real life too.
Is he? Oh,
Yes.
here we go. This is where he talks about his connections
No,
and
I
his
mean,
friends, his acquaintances,
Lee
and so on and
Jung-jae
so
Hyung
forth.
is just a very nice person, very humble, down to earth. And he hangs out in Itaewon sometimes. I've seen him once or
Well,
twice.
next time you hang out with him in Itaewon, give me
Okay,
a
next time
call.
I hang out with any actor, I'll let you know that you've mentioned.
Please do. Like, Lee Jong-jae, I do like him.
He's a great actor.
Tell him that this movie fits his persona absolutely perfectly, and I really liked it. He fits the role absolutely magnificently.
Alrighty. Well, with that said, we're actually going to say goodbye to Jason, and sadly to say, today is the last day we're having K-Film Tuesdays with Jason Besheves, and it's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. This movie, this show's turning into a kind of a music show. So,
Yes. We don't want to go in detail yet, but Jason gave you a slight hint that the drive-in will be changing a little bit. Brian, you won't be off. I'll be still here.
Changing its remit slightly, and
little
given that it's beginning of term, and I
Yeah.
have a lot of numerous other commitments that I have to honour. So
we'll keep in
unfortunately, we'll keep in touch, Brian. Every
Yes, we
time you
will.
go to Itaewon, especially if you've got Lee Jong-jae or
Or
Han
Chung
Jung-min
Woo-sung, or Kim,
Seo Kyung-gu, or
Kim Yoon-jin, all those actors.
You
and
call me,
actresses.
and I'll be down there in a flash.
I'll do it. I will call you, Jason. But right now we have a song that you brought for us. It's a song by Luciano Pavarotti. Now, can I ask you why you brought this song today?
Because this song features, I believe, in the movie. I haven't seen the film, so I can't guarantee that's in this film. But given that the leading one of the main characters in the movie is aspiring to be the next Pavarotti,
Okay.
And given that I saw the actor singing this song in the trailer, I'm assuming it's in the film.
Alrighty. Well,
So-
this is Nessun Dorma by Luciano Pavarotti, and this is we're saying goodbye to Jason Beshevace.
I should introduce this opera. No, I'm joking.
All right, Jason,
I
we
don't
had
have
fun with
the-
you for the past 6
physique.
months.
Yeah, it's been awesome, right?
It's been awesome, but sad, but we have to say goodbye. And hopefully we'll get to work together again in the near future.
I'm sure we will, Brian.
Alrighty.
I'm positive.
Cool. Well, thank you, Jason. And this is Nessun Dorma by Luciano Pavarotti. Welcome back, and now it's time to wrap up the show. We've reached the end of the show. I know you guys are really sad, but please stick around because we have 1013 Main Street with An Jung-hyun next. And if you're listening to GFN, stay tuned for Hello Korea. And the final song was requested by Keiko, and it's from the 2010 film A Turtle's Tale, also known as Sammy's Adventure. Now here's Michael Jackson with Ain't No Sunshine from A Turtle's Tale soundtrack. This is Brian G signing off for Tuesday, but guess what? I'll be back tomorrow for Musical Wednesday. Actually, changing plans. We're going to flip it. You think it's Musical Wednesday? I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen, but tomorrow we have something very special for y'all. So if you want to know, got to tune in tomorrow. This is Brian Ju signing off. Peace.